this stuff. It wasn't Opera Australia or Sydney Symphony or anything like that. So I've no idea if their data purchase would correlate to a kind of a geographical breakdown like that. But I knew that we didn't have enough information to build on this kind of simple segmentation in our own database, so I needed to augment that with additional data sources. And in Australia, we're quite limited in terms of what research we've got available to us. I did use Mosaic, which I know is something that most of you will be familiar with, and other organisations like Queensland Performing Arts Centre have done really great stuff using Mosaic. The vendor for whom is Pacific Micro Marketing, and also Roy Morgan Research Data, which is they're very much a media-focused research company. They do amazingly detailed surveys sporadically that allows us to build a very Australian-specific research set, and both of them use geography specifically in order to differentiate the different kinds of audience segments that they suggest as part of their research set. And I was able to determine different lifestyles, attitudes, media consumption, and other attributes like that. So suddenly, let's go back. There we go. You can see that the quantity of desirable different customer data that I kind of listed initially is growing through augmenting it with this additional research. Using the research data like Mosaic and Roy Morgan data, I was able to fill even more of the demographic and psychographic blanks in that right-hand column in red. All those unknowns that you can never know, like household and family type, and interests, attitudes, values. What values are important to them? I mean, you've heard quite a few presentations at this conference about the differences in people's changing values. Well, kind of keeping up to date with that and trying to align that with your database can have some real value. So what's Mosaic? For those of you who don't know, I mean, it's a geodemographic profiling system that was developed for cost-effective unaddressed mail delivery. And it segments the population according to broad groups with smaller, more specific types within those groups. And then each household in Australia is assigned a specific type number based on that. So I found it actually very useful, and particularly in combination with a couple of other data sources. And when I did this exercise at the Sydney Opera House, by putting Mosaic data into the database against every customer account, I was able to kind of use that to define 7 distinct different customer segments with different motivators. Now, I can't just do the rest of the presentation where I talk about those segments, even though I know it'd be helpful. I'm not with the Opera House anymore, it's their information, and more importantly, I think it's out of date. They're doing another one now, and